Good afternoon, welcome to Edinburgh's Dam Health Stadium for coverage of the final match in the Celtic Challenge as the Thistles go head to head with a combined Provinces 15. I'm delighted to have Scotland international scrum half Jenny Maxwell alongside me in commentary this afternoon. Hello Jenny.
Hello, thank you for having me today.
So this is the fourth game for both sides in the inaugural season of a competition which was designed to bridge the gap between the player pathway programme and the international game and provide an additional level of competition and just better opportunities for the top players in the Celtic nations. Initiatives like this are obviously important to help us progress the women's game, and this first season seems to have been a big success.
Yeah, I think it's achieved exactly what it set out to do. I can imagine we'll see some of the players that have played in this competition breaking through into the Six Nations squad in a month's time. Especially for the Thistles in the Scotland squad, not a lot has to happen at the top end for these young players to be given opportunities, and it's doing exactly that, bridging that gap between the domestic game and the international game.
Well, this Irish side will certainly provide stiff opposition today, having won the reverse fixture by 45 points to 12 at Belfast's Kingspan Stadium 3 weeks ago. And they were crowned Celtic Challenge champions with a 19-0 win over the Welsh Development 15 in Belfast last weekend, the second win over their Welsh counterparts after a narrow 27-26 win in Cardiff. The Thistles traded wins with the Welsh team, losing the opening game of the competition 27-29 at Scotstoun, but winning 21-7 at Cardiff Arms Park a fortnight ago. And Jenny, that victory will give them confidence going into today's match.
Huge confidence, and I think to have lost narrowly in that first fixture against the Welsh Development, to come back and win will give them huge confidence going into this fixture. You know, they were exposed to the kind of intensity of the combined Provinces squad a few weeks back, and they'll be looking to kind of get some scores on the board this time. Yes,
I'm told the Irish side were very physical in that game over in Belfast. Is there perhaps a hint that their away form is not quite as good as their home 27-26 they won in Cardiff? Is that a glimmer of hope for the Scottish side today?
Potentially. They did then go on to beat the Welsh Development again and kept the scoreboard to 0 in that fixture, so it's definitely going to be a tough test, but the Thistles have been exposed to it once, and they'll be able to learn from what their experiences in the previous game.
We're about 2 minutes away from kick-off here in the Dam Health Stadium. Let's have a look at the teams. So for the Thistles, very experienced front row with Panache Muzambe, Ellis Martin and Eliane Clark. And the second row pairing of Eva Donaldson and Natasha Logan. And in the back row, Erin Foley, Alex Stewart and Emma Turner. Ria Clark is a new half-back partner in the shape of Stirling County's Katie Ainsworth. Meryl Smith moves out one place to captain the side from inside centre, and she'll partner Shona Campbell of Great Britain's Sevens in the midfield. And it's an all-premiership back three with Skye Phimister of Stirling County on the right wing. And look out for the dancing feet and pace of Francesca McGee. The young Watsonian has scored 4 tries so far at the side's top scorer in the competition. And Roma Fraser of Cartha Queen's Park is at fullback. And an eclectic bench with Nikki Simpson and Lindsay McDermott of Geary, Poppy Fletcher of Heriots, Freya Walker of Watsonians, Ayla Ronald of University of Edinburgh, and then sisters Mary MacDonald, who's currently plying her trade with Exeter Chiefs, formerly of Hillhead Jordan Hill, her sister Carla MacDonald, still with the Glasgow side, and Lucy McRae of Stirling County. And now the combined Provinces 15 in the front row, Linda Dugang, Derville, Nicola Baird and Mary Healy. In the second row, Molly Boyne and Hannah O'Connor. And in the back row, Fiona Tweet, Maeve O'Leary and Brittany Hogan. Half-backs, Molly Scuffle McCabe and Dana O'Brien. Enya Breen and Aoife Wafer in the midfield. And the wings, Natasha Behan and Claire Gorman. And at full-back, Maeve Deely. On the bench for the visitors, Chloe Blackmore, Niamh O'Dowd, Megan Collis, Claire Bennett, Eimar Corrie, Katie Whelan, Kayla Waldron and Ella Roberts. And you'll hear the applause from the crowd as both sides come out. And Jenny, perhaps you could pick 1 or 2 players quickly from that Thistles squad who you expect to be key today if the Thistles were to go on and win this game.
Yeah, I think Meryl Smith there at 12 is a key player for the Thistles. she's somebody who has got a wealth of experience. It's really technically astute as well. And yeah, she often plays number 10, playing 12 today. She's a powerful player, so keep your eye on her for sure.
Thistle's squad just lining up on your screen just now. Combined provinces just lining up off to our right. Officials in shot now. Samuel O'Neill in the centre will be a referee today, assisted by Mary Pringle and Michael Todd. A minute's silence there for Tom Tierney, former Ireland international and women's head coach, who sadly passed away at the age of 46 yesterday. So just about ready for kick-off. It will be the combined provinces who will start the game, playing from right to left as you watch from the back of the main stand here, Damhealth Stadium.
Which way are you going? Do you know?
They're all set for the final game in this Celtic Challenge. Sizable crowd here. The weather not too bad for a game of rugby, a little bit chilly up in the commentary position, but it looks ideal for the players out there, and taken by Francesca McGee way over on the far side of the pitch from the kick-off. So Thistles just inside their 22. You expect this Irish defence to be aggressive. And Thistles ambitious right from the start, looking to play their way out of the 22. Once again, big tackles coming in from the Irish side. And Thistles look to go across to that far side. And good handling under heavy pressure from the Irish side. However, they've lost that one. That ball's been turned over, so first opportunity here for the combined provinces inside the Thistles 22. However, up goes the arm of the referee, holding on the floor, and awards the first penalty of the game to the Thistles.
Yeah, it was ambitious there, wasn't it, to try and play out of their own 22 in the first play, but I quite like that ambition. I think we've seen the Thistles have some success there previously, but it's almost when they don't pull it off in that first couple of phases, you know, can we then move the ball down the field and gain some territory? But yeah, let off with a penalty there.
Middle of the cross. Ladies on the line.
The first line out of the game.
Down the line there, just take your space.
The Ellis Martin to throw in for the Thistles. Didn't go to the intended target, but it's bounced. Well, in fact, it's come back on the Irish side from that line out. The first one going astray, and a good carry there, offload. As the combined provinces carry hard into that Thistles 22 and look to play away to the right. Through the hands down the right touchline. Injection of pace there.
Not on the ball.
All came from the Thistles missed line out, and outs with the Irish forwards. Very physical side. Quick ruck ball. There's danger here for the Thistles. Little wrap-around play, and there's numbers out to the left if the combined provinces can get the ball there. Huge tackle from the Thistles, just allowed their defence to reset. There's still space out there on the left touchline. Picked up by left winger Natasha Behan. Still combined provinces in possession. Hooker there, Derville Nickabaird now. Thistle's defence strung across the pitch, just racing up, trying to cut off the options out wide. The Irish side only 5 or 6 metres away. Another big tackle from the Thistles. Francesca McGee there, I think. Keeping the ball alive there, offload off the ground. The referee on the spot having a very close look. The ball is over the line. I think possibly held up.
Thank you.
Yeah, the referee indicating that it was held up. So good defence there by the Thistles, surviving by the skin of their teeth. It'll be a goal line dropout.
Yeah, some great defence there by the Thistle. Some huge tackles coming in from Eliane Clark and Shona Campbell as well. They can take huge confidence in that. But we can really see the way that the combined provinces are trying to play, keeping possession, moving the ball wide.
So taken from the goal line dropout by Brittany Hogan, the Irish number 8. So again, the Thistles immediately under pressure. Once again in the 22, Derville Nickabaird now along the back line, attacking through the midfield. Skips inside Eva Donaldson. Thistles make their tackles. A loose pass there, could be taken by Dana O'Brien. And the Thistles come through and putting pressure on scrum half Molly Scuffle McCabe. Still with the Irish side. Good defence by the Thistles. Defence again strung across that 22. Good footwork by Brittany Hogan. And the Thistles just forcing combined provinces back. Tackle made by Natasha Logan, formerly of Stirling County, University of Edinburgh player. But now they attack down that right flank and they found space, ball thrown over the top rather, hopefully. And the referee awards the try. I thought that had gone forward, to be honest, but the referee awards the first try of the game to the combined provinces.
It did look a little bit forwards from where we're sat, but he was a lot closer than us, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But combined provinces, they're working infield and then back down the short side and finding a little bit of space on that edge. So it's just Thistles needing to keep their heads up and scan both sides of that breakdown there. But yeah, a well executed try from the combined provinces.
Yes, the Thistles' defence had done well. The Irish side just found space down that, and they had very little room to work with as well down that right flank.
Okay, the comms are crap.
It was just a rather hopeful-looking offload over the top. Would say to us where we're sitting on the angle, it did look a little forward, but as you say, the referee on the spot.
Nice.
Fairly straightforward conversion from out in front. You're seeing a replay on screen now. Ball bounced up kindly. Try scored right under the posts. And successful conversion sees the combined provinces out to a 7-0 lead after 6 minutes. So Thistles with the restart. Not had any territory to speak of so far.
Don't block, full balance or don't block.
Other side taking their time over here just to set up the clearing kick.
Outside.
Off the left foot from outside the 22, so a mistake there by Dana O'Brien. He's given the Thistles their first real attacking opportunity.
And that's it. This is a great opportunity to attack with some territory for the first time in the game. So it'll be interesting to see what the Thistles do here. They had some ambition in the first play, trying to attack from their own 22, and I'd like to see that again here. You know, set plays are a perfect opportunity to go toe to toe with your opposition.
Ellis Martin finds her jumper at the front. Here go the Thistles, big carry from Alex Stewart into the midfield. So options both sides here. The Irish side come up with the ball, but illegally so, as the referee raises his arm, awards the penalty to the Thistles in front of the posts. So the question is, do they go for goal? It looks like Meryl Smith, the captain, will just kick this one out in the corner. Up goes the flag of Michael Todd, assistant referee. That's a great position with the line out 5 metres from the Irish try line.
Yeah, we've seen the Thistles score from driving mauls already in their previous fixtures, so I'm sure that's maybe what they'll try here.
Eva Donaldson again goes up at the front, hands it back to Emma Turner, the number 8, and then in comes Ellis Martin, the hooker, to get her hands on the ball. It looks well set, now just trying to inch their way forward towards that Combined Provinces try line. A breakaway, still short of the try line, and the referee awards a penalty to the Combined Provinces, just a little isolated as they broke away there. And a chance for the Irish side to clear their lines.
The Thistle will be disappointed there to have lost the ball, not had too much possession. I think it was Ellis Martin there that broke away from the back of the maul, but like you say, just a little bit isolated and really easy to turn over that ball when she hits the ground.
Oh, wait, back on now. Back on.
And it initially looked well set, them all, and they were just starting to go forward as it turned. Ellis Martin decided that she had to break away. Nobody went with her. And a chance for the Irish side to turn it over, and we'll have a line out just outside their 22.
Almost back where we started, aren't we? But this time with the Combined Provinces with possession.
Taken in the middle of the line out by the Combined Provinces. Still in their 22 this time. It's the Irish side showing ambition, trying to play out of the 22. Quick ruck ball, but they look across field. A tactic they've used so far in this Celtic challenge. Francesca McGee can't quite take that one under pressure. The referee says no advantage accruing. He was playing an advantage. Scotland collapse there, so awards the penalty to the Combined Provinces.
Really lovely option there. There was definitely space on that edge for the crossfield, and yeah, either team could have taken that ball. So exactly the right option from the Combined Provinces, and I like the kind of flair there, trying to put the ball into space.
The line out right in front of us here in our commentary position, just on the Combined Provinces side of halfway. And again, Derval, Nick Baird to throw into the line out here. There's plenty of options, a little bit of movement, but to the back it goes. And cleanly off the top and out into the midfield. Nice little tip-on pass. Allows him to make a yard or two, and then the forwards come round the corner. Got the Irish side on the front foot. Now the backs have a go. There's the try scorer, and away they go again, keeping the ball alive. Tackle made by Natasha Logan just to try and halt their progress. The referee playing advantage here, put boot to ball, and across comes Roma Fraser, trying to tidy this one up, just waiting on a favourable bounce. The charge down, bounces into touch about 10 metres away from the Thistles try line.
Again, we're seeing the boot there of the Combined Provinces. Number 10, is it Brittany McCabe, is it? Sorry, Dana O'Brien. Yeah, really nice left boot she's got there. She seems to have plenty of time on the ball every time she gets her hands on it, so she's definitely a playmaker for them. And yeah, this was just under a huge amount of pressure to try and get that ball away, but they've come out with the ball.
Thank you.
Good take at the front once again by Eva Donaldson, and off the top into the hands of Alex Stewart, just to try and set up position for the kick here. It's a good clearing kick, it's not quite going to find touch, taken above her head by left wing Natasha Behan, and away they go again. Skips through one tackle and then evades the tackle of Roma Fraser, dragged down just short of the try line. They're over now. The referee once again on the spot. It's been stolen by the Thistles, and away they come out of their own 22. Great play here by the Thistles. And out they go to the left, the chance to attack down that left touchline. And off goes Shona Campbell. And she's got plenty of gas steps left and right, keeps the ball alive. Picked up though by the combined provinces on their own 10-metre line. The Scottish side have made 60 metres there from right back behind their own goal line. Ease the pressure for now. Combined provinces just making a metre or two every time their forwards carry.
Full binds, Aaron.
Slow ball here. Looking to just set the kick up. Molly Scuffle McCabe, scrum half, just sends that one over the top. Emma Fraser picks that one up. She's got Francesca McGee on her left, but decides to go to the right, and a little bit of acceleration. Offloads the ball, but snaffled by one of the Irish players. And a strong carry this time by Mary Healy. Picked up and straight through the middle goes Brittany Hogan. And again, the combined provinces find themselves just outside the Thistles 22 on the tackle, Eva Donaldson. Nice little tip on by Mary Healy. The Thistles defence up to the task again for now. Shifted out into the midfield, and now they'll look to go wide. Another half break up into the Thistles 22. Combined provinces looking dangerous and just running in on the angle there, looking to catch the Thistles defence out. Ball again just tipped on nicely, stopped just short of the Thistles try line. Must be space now under the post, and they go in again, the Irish side, for their second try of the match, and looking dangerous every time they get hands on the ball.
They really are. You can see that the speed of their breakdown, the speed of ball, is just putting the Thistles on the back foot there every single phase. As a scrum half, that's exactly what you want as a 9. The ball on a plate and able to move it really, really quickly. They're getting gain line with most carries there, and it's just so difficult to stop that when you're kind of on the back foot, as the Thistles were there. So yeah, again, a well executed try.
Confirming Derval Nick Abaird, the try scorer there, the hooker. And we think belatedly that Aoife Wafer was the earlier try scorer outside centre. Confirmation of that. Another fairly regulation conversion goes over. So, about 15 minutes played at the Dam Health Stadium. Combined provinces 14, the Thistles 0.
We've seen some really exciting play from the Thistles so far, running out of their half, running in from their dead ball area even. I think they just need to secure a bit of possession and a bit of territory to get themselves into this game.
Taken by Molly Boyne, Irish second row. Around about the Irish 10-metre line. Just taking their time to set this one up. A clearing kick for Dana O'Brien. Sends that one just down the middle of the field, looking for a favourable bounce. Evaded everybody. It looked like the Scottish captain Meryl Smith just trying to boot the ball there and stab it through. It does come back on the Scottish side, and they're going to attack down the left wing. A hint of space there, an injection of pace there from Francesca McGee. Kicks the ball ahead and chases her own kick. If this bounces up nicely for her, she could well score, but just beaten to the punch. And the Irish side touchdown, just saved a try there by the skin of their teeth.
It was by the skin of her teeth. That could have gone either way there. A brilliant option. You know, a little half break through the tackle and drop the ball onto the toe. It's exactly how you stay on the front foot in those situations.
So scrum 5, Thistles put in. Best attacking opportunity of the match so far.
Crouch. Bind.
Leah Clark to put in. Options off to the left, it's a big blind side. Sky Phimister away crossing the right wing, just out of shot. Referee playing an advantage here, that scrum's gone down. Thistles will look to play away here. Still in possession, just 5 metres out from the Irish try line. Panache Muzambe carries. Leah Clark takes it off to the left through Eva Donaldson. Back it comes now to that back line. Shona Campbell tries to go on the outside there, takes it into contact. Sky Phimister comes in just to secure possession. Picked up by Meryl Smith. Just lost 3 or 4 metres here, the Thistles, but still in possession, fighting their way forward. Then come Irish hands. I think probably would have been a penalty to the Irish side. The referee says no advantage from the earlier infringement. It's side entry, I think, being indicated by the referee, and just tap and go. That's Erin Foley, the blindside flanker, has a go. Now Eliane Clark, solid Irish defence. Out to the back line, and their space out in the right if they can get it there. Shona Campbell again takes into contact, fights her way forward. Only a metre or two away now. Forwards again. Pick and go round the side, very, very close to Thistles. Right in front of the post, the ball still on the Thistles side. It squirts out the back on the Irish side of the ruck there. The referee says that it will be, I think it was a feet had come in there, he's just explaining to the Thistle side there that it will be another scrum centre field. So a great option here for the Thistles.
Definitely plenty of space to attack both sides, and I'm sure the combined provinces are really feeling the pressure here. So a bit of sustained possession and territory for the Thistles, which is exactly what they've been looking for to get themselves into this game.
Again, options both ways. The Scottish backline all the way across to the left of the scrum. Of course, a pick up by the number 8 and the 9 coming round the corner, something you know all about. Suddenly creates a mismatch, and in fact the Irish side have got 3 defenders on this side, so very difficult position to defend from. And it will come from Leah Clark, and it is picked up by number 8 Emma Turner. Out it goes to Smith, and she's ghosted away through the Irish defence there. Cries from the crowd, and the Thistles get their first points as the clock ticks over the 20-minute mark. Meryl Smith, the captain, the try scorer.
Great score there from Meryl Smith, the captain, and yeah, you're right, attacking from a midfield scrum on the 5 metre line. It's a really, really difficult place to defend. The Thistles stacked to the left, and to give it to the combined provinces side, they had defended that well, they'd set up properly, but it's just that little bit of indecision. The players flooding around the corner, and Meryl backed her pace and got over the line. She's a very powerful player.
She'll be tasked with adding the extras to her own try. Not the easiest of angles for a right-footed kicker. Thistles will certainly be feeling a bit better now because they've been under the pump really for the opening 20 minutes, conceded 2 tries, and you felt that they really needed to get themselves on the scoreboard. That's a good kick there, as well as Meryl Smith does add the extras. It's the Thistles 7, combined provinces 14.
It's really nice to see the Thistles come away with a score there, some sustained pressure like we said, and I was speaking with Claire Cruikshank in the week actually, and in their last fixture I think they got into the 22 something like 60 times, and they only managed to convert a small percentage of those, so actually to spend a decent amount of time there in the 22 and come away with points is exactly what they'll be looking to do more of.
Well, the restart by the combined provinces, not going 10.
Scrum.
So, as you say, having been under an awful lot of pressure in the opening quarter of this game, now got themselves on the scoreboard. Another mistake by the Irish side. It's another good position for the Thistles, a scrum centre field, albeit around about halfway in, and we've already seen how ambitious they're looking to be playing out their 22. I fancy they'll have a go here.
I hope so. As a scrum half as well, you love a centre field scrum to attack from, and like I say, it's just trying to create a little bit of indecision in your opposition's mind about where you're going to attack, where the space is.
Crouch!
I think I'd be trying the same again. The Irish side only have 2 defenders on the stand side of the pitch here, the main stand. And they do come to the right, and 2 players come flooding round the corner for the Thistles, but they decide to put boot to ball and just try and get some territory, and that just trickles into touch just outside the Combined Provinces 22.
It's a great option there to gain some territory, and you could see the Combined Provinces fullback was sat in the centre field in behind that scrum, so really good option to take the corner with the kick from Mary Smith.
Yeah, there, can we come in? Thank you.
The second try scorer, Derval Nickabair, to throw in there, and that's a huge hit by replacement. That's, I think, Nicky Simpson of Geary on in the 16 jersey for the Thistles very early in this game. The Thistles defence will just look to keep the Combined Provinces back in their 22, put pressure on the exit here. You can already see Dan O'Brien is shaping for the kick off the left foot here. Sends it up this main stand touchline. That will find touch. Skye Phimister under this one. A little bit of a misunderstanding there with her and Rhea Clark, but Phimister gets it off to Roma Fraser. Holding on again, just the support a little bit slow to the breakdown. And the Combined Provinces win the penalty.
Yeah, the Combined Provinces side there just really quick over the ball. Brilliant technique, nice and low, keeping body weight through the feet, and totally in control there. It's just the supporting players from the Thistles needs to be a little bit quicker there to secure possession.
Time's off. Yeah, said yes, sir.
Yeah, because that was potentially another good opportunity. The kick had stayed in field, a chance to attack again and keep the ball alive. And Roma Fraser looks like she's taken a sore one there. Thankfully back on her feet, just to take her place at fullback. The Carter Queen's Park player, 1 try so far in this campaign.
We'll just get a roll off then, time we're going.
Chance now from the penalty for Dan O'Brien to find the Irish side a position. That's a good kick off the left foot. Moves into touch just around about the Thistles 22.
Nimble feet, that.
There needs to be a big defensive effort from the Thistles now. These are the types of moments where you kind of gain a little bit of momentum with territory, and we've seen how powerful the Combined Provinces team are when they get into this area of the pitch to keep the ball really well, move the ball really well as well.
Well, initially a good throw, taken fingertips, but just lost by the Irish side. Somehow won this back again. The referee was playing advantage. You can say that had to be knocked on surely. So still work to be done by the Thistles, but they've survived at least from the line outs. They'll have the scrum now and a chance to clear their lines.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely, and some pressure coming in there from the Thistles in the line out, and but Eva Donaldson getting up, I think it was there, and she's brilliant in the air, and just turned into a real leader in this team as well. We saw some of her pace in the previous games with some line breaks too, so yeah, some good pressure at the line out there.
Scrum 15 metres in from the touchline on this main stand side.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
I do wonder the way the Thistles are lined up, if they plan to run this one with being shunted back in the scrum. It does come back, and quickly out to captain Meryl Smith as they get them back on the front foot. Panache Muzambe zigzagging back and forward here. The Thistles, big hit coming in here from the Irish tight head Mary Healy. Now it goes back to Katie Ainsworth, who sends that ball long. It stays infield, taken by Natasha Behan, and quickly through a couple of sets of hands, bounces kindly for the Irish side into the hands of Brittany Hogan. She takes play back up to the Thistles 10 metre line. Injection of pace there. Dan O'Brien thought she saw half a gap, closed down quickly by the Thistles. again, good Thistles defence, and it's been solid defence since by Nikki Simpson since she came on. Now the combined provinces find space round the ruck. And very quick ball. It's not allowing the Thistles defence to get set. This time it's Maeve Deely, the Irish fullback, takes play up to the Thistles 22. Fiona Tweet driven back. Good interplay between the forwards and backs in the midfield. Eventually Enya Breen takes it into contact. Just a hint of a gap at the side of the breakdown there, the Thistles, but they've turned that ball over and they're going to look to go wide. Roma Fraser goes herself, dragged down just short of touch.
Thank you.
I think lost that ball in the tackle. But once again, the Thistles showing lots of ambition as they look to play out of the 22.
Absolutely, and it's that turnover, that transition play. You know, can you find the space on that first attempt, or is the best option to drop the ball to the foot like they have done a couple of times and find the space in behind? Often on those transitions, the backfield is working into position. But yeah, again, I like the ambition, but you know, now potentially under a little bit of pressure again on the edge of their 22.
Okay, last engagement was good. Let's keep it like that. Let's go. We've got a hooker.
Yes, your
Oh, sorry,
ball
okay.
retention, security's got to be absolutely 100% if you're going to play that sort of game there, and there was a hint of a gap. I think if it had gone through the hands, Roma Fraser opting to go herself, and as you say, the Irish backfield defence wasn't really in place, and sometimes that kick is just the better option.
Definitely, and you know, that comes with experience as well, and being able to identify that space on the move and put the ball there. So they've tried this a few times, you know, running on those transitions, and now it might be time to put a bit more boot to ball.
Solid Irish scrum. Wrap around and looking for space down the left flank, and tidy passing's been snapped up by Roma Fraser, and she's away up towards halfway. The Irish defence drag her down. It's a little bit short of support. Eventually comes from Shona Campbell, and Meryl Smith again just finds a gap. Big collision there. Smith staying on her feet, winning the ball again, and Alex Stewart carrying into contact. It's been stolen by Hannah O'Connor, the referee indicating that she was first player there. The combined provinces on the attack once again, but back on their own 10-metre line, making good ground through Linda Jugang. Slow ball here. Dan O'Brien again just looking to put boot to ball. A little bit indecision in the Thistles backfield. Sky Mister not sure whether to come forward and take that one, allowed it to bounce. So one initially by the Irish side, but now we'll come back on the Scottish side of the ruck. The referee in fact says a knock on. Applause from the crowd here. It'll be a scrum feed for the Thistles.
On that last one.
Yeah, I think that was a knock on there. It was, there's a lot of players in close quarters, but I think that was the right decision from the referee there. But again, Dana O'Brien finding her left boot, putting the Thistles under a bit of pressure, and that's kind of what we were talking about before. You know, play a few phases, see what the momentum's like, and then put the ball in behind if you're not getting any joy. So really tactically astute there, play there from Dana O'Brien.
We've just got too many people who are loose and then binding up in twos. Make sure all part of the ruck, okay?
Yeah, she's got a lovely left boot on her. Bit of a break in play here for some, I think, just to take some waterborne out of treatment to one of the Irish players out in centre field. Reminder of the score: Thistles 7, combined provinces 14. About 30 minutes on the clock here. It was a little pressure by the Irish side. Saw them go over 5 minutes into the game through Aoife Wafer. Conversion kick by Dana O'Brien. And then Derval Nickabaird, the hooker, going over for another shortly after, once again converted by O'Brien. And it didn't look great for the Scottish side at that stage, but back they came through captain Meryl Smith with a try converting her own attempt. And 7 points to 14 is probably a fair reflection of the game.
I would say so, and the Thistles have really shown that they can break this Irish team down. They've broken the line, they've got in behind them at times. Really, really good pace from players like Roma Fraser and Melville Smith, and Shona Campbell as well. And it's just then can you then keep the ball and retain possession and really, really turn the screw and build some pressure.
On my left, please. Thank you. Crouch!
A changed front row for the Thistles with Nicky Simpson of Geary on or Ellis Martin at hooker.
Set!
Aerial shot of the scrum there. In and out very quickly. And out to Campbell in the midfield. Very quick off the mark. Fights her way through the tackle of Dana O'Brien. Back it comes to Panache Muzambe. She goes through the hands, and I think the devil Nicola Baird, the Irish hooker, gave the game away that she had knocked that one on and she put her hands up, but away goes Nicky Simpson. Nice interplay between her and Eva Donaldson, and away they go. And this could well be the second try for the Thistles. Over goes Eliane Clark. Wonderful pace from the tight head prop. And the Thistles have got themselves right back into this one at 12-14.
What a lovely score that was. You'd love to see it. Interlinking play with second rows and front rows, keeping the ball alive, and yeah, top pace from Eliane Clark as well. What a finish. Brilliant to see. Saw Eva Donaldson in the mix there as well. We've seen her handling skills in previous games in the loose, and brilliant there, just back inside and then received the ball again. Brilliant. Love to see it.
What a turn of pace on a tight head prop. I had to have another quick glance when I saw the three. I thought, is that 13 or 3? And it is indeed number 3, Eliane Clark. And she had a long way to go. As you say, it was wonderful interplay between Nicky Simpson and Eva Donaldson. Just the 1-2 between them, found the space and into the hands of Eliane Clark, and she must have gone, well, she'll say it was 30 or 40 metres. It was probably 20 or 30. She had a long way to go.
We'll say 40.
The conversion just fades past the right hand upright. So Thistles 12, combined provinces 15-14. 8 minutes left in this first half. It's been a cracker. The combined provinces threatened to run away with it in the early stages, but the Thistles have done so well. Some of their defence has been brilliant to deny the Irish side another try, and they've fought their way back into this one.
It's a rubbish ball. That's better. More colour.
The Irish provinces are a really, really dangerous team. We've seen them, their ability to move the ball, get through contact, keep the ball alive, and then recycle it quickly. So the Thistles' defence has been really, really stretched, but they've done well to keep the scoreboard as it is.
And away again goes Nicky Simpson. She's made a real impact since she came on. That was obviously not a planned stage quite so early on for Ellis Martin at hooker. And away go the Thistles again from their own 22. Eva Donaldson getting her hands on the ball again, involved heavily in that last try for the Thistles. Once again Shona Campbell, she's looked very dangerous with those orange boots on. Really good acceleration, just half a gap, and she goes for it, backs herself. Once again I think the Irish side have beaten the Thistles to the punch at the breakdown, got their hands in quickly. So support a little bit slow for the Thistles. And away they go through Hannah O'Connor. Carried first of all by the Irish forwards, and then again a familiar pattern now. They look to go wide and down that right wing, but they're under pressure from Francesca McGee. A loose pass. The Irish side still in possession. That now around about halfway. The referee saying playing advantage here. Again, good aggressive Scottish defence. The Irish side now back on their own side of halfway. Look to put the ball again. This will bounce up into the hands of Skye Phimister. She's hit hard and perhaps a little bit high, but she's stayed on her feet, done well, and in comes Shona Campbell to secure possession. Once again, though, the Irish side looked very strong at the breakdown. Trying to put hands in there though after the ruck had been formed. And penalty awarded to the Thistles.
Some strength there from Sky Finister. Rode that tackle really, really well. It was coming in aggressive, and at some pace too. She did really, really well to stay on her feet there and just ride that tackle and keep ball to come away with the penalty here.
It was a huge collision just right down in front of us.
I felt it.
Well, you're on the injured list just now. You'd probably give anything to be involved in something like that.
I would. But when you see the collisions, and I've not been involved for a while, you do think, oh, that looked like a sore one.
I've not been involved for an awful lot longer than that, so I'm not sure if I missed that now. Nikki Simpson looking for Eva Donaldson at the front. Doesn't quite get there. And away come the combined provinces again. On their own 10-metre line. Just shifting it on one place for the kick this time. It's Francesca McGee. If that ball had gone out in front of her, there's perhaps a hint of space. And up goes the assistant referee's flag over on that far side.
Okay, we'll put Scotland on the
Mary
line.
Pringle over there.
Some good positioning there from Roma Fraser in the backfield. She took that really nicely, positioned herself really well to field that kick. It's just unfortunate to not be able to stay in field in the following phase.
Good contest in the line out. Oh, if that had just bounced up into the hands of Nikki Simpson. There was open space in front of her, frustrating there for the Thistles, because it was good pressure put on in the line out by Eva Donaldson. Did enough. And the ball just coming over the top, and Nikki Simpson was alert to it, just didn't bounce kindly for her.
Absolutely. Again, it's that pressure that we talk about, and just forcing that throw to go over the top, like you say. And unfortunate not to be able to take the ball now, but I guess Irish Province side with the scrum now, we've seen already how powerful they are at scrum time, and so it'll be interesting to see if they can get a nudge on here.
Set.
Scrum just on the combined provinces side of halfway. You get a bit of a nudge on the scrum, looking to keep that one in, try and win a penalty. They decide then to play away down the right touchline. Loose pass again, ball goes loose. Emma Turner involved in there, Christopher Cougars player, number 8, making the tackle, but the other side managed to keep the ball in the field of play. And O'Brien is pulling the strings here for the Irish side, out to try scorer Aoife Wafer. A little bit of space in behind, and this one's all about the bounce, and snapped up by Shona Campbell. Drives her way forward, really is very strong. It's a good 10 metres there, puts the Thistles on the front foot. Rhea Clark waiting on it, coming back. Out to her captain, Meryl Smith in at first receiver, just shifts that ball out into the midfield. Nikki Simpson dumped backwards. Meryl Smith is absolutely everywhere. There are 2 Meryl Smiths on the field, takes that ball into contact again, and now Katie Ainsworth. Solid defence once again. The Thistles appealing for an offside there, but I think that ball was out of the breakdown. So they were quite within their rights to come round there, and they won the ball and again looked to put the ball in behind that Scottish defence. Up goes the assistant referee's flag over on the far side. I think everybody probably in the stand here thought that was offside by the combined provinces, but I say they were well within their rights to come round there.
Definitely, really good spot from the Irish Province side there to recognise that the ball was out, and they're very, very quick at recognising these things. Same with the breakdown, when a player is slightly isolated, they've been very quick over the ball, so just reacting a little bit quicker than the Thistles side at the moment.
Thank you. time off.
I think that's Shona Campbell just getting some treatment
Just make sure
down
we're
in
going
front of us. It is.
left
She
side
seems
on the
fine.
boards. I know when you're coming
She's
out
been
towards
superb
the
when she
line,
gets her
make
hands
sure
on
we
the
get
ball.
away from the line.
What a great addition to this side. It's her first appearance for the Thistles after being released from GB7s for this week. So powerful, fast, great
Guys, go
footwork.
back on.
And when she's represented Scotland in the past, she's been full-back or wing. So it's brilliant to see her in the centre here and being able to offer herself as a distributing option as well.
Early jump. Early jump.
The line out a little untidy when the referee says that the combined provinces, I think, went up too early. So towards the free kick to the Thistles, carried into contact once more by Meryl Smith, the captain. And the clock has ticked over the 40-minute mark here. The Thistles looking to play, just put that ball in behind. This could come up anywhere. The referee awards the penalty. The Irish side trying to scramble it back on their side, and away go the Thistles, and the centres trying to combine there. Smith just couldn't quite find Campbell. So the combined provinces again with a chance. Driven back towards their own 10-metre line. Everything revolving round Dana O'Brien and the 10 jersey for the Irish. And the try scorer, Derval Nickabaird, managing to find a bit of a gap, takes play up towards halfway. And this should be the last play of the half, so the Irish side looking to keep this alive. Another huge tackle by Nikki Simpson, who is enjoying her defensive duties since she came on the field. And with that, the referee blows for half time in what has been an incredibly entertaining first 40 minutes of rugby here in the Celtic Challenge at the Dam Health Stadium. Thistles 12, the combined provinces 14. The half-time score, 2 tries apiece and just 1 misconversion, the difference between the two sides.
It's been a really exciting game to watch, and what I've loved from both teams is the variance in their attack. You know, we've seen kicks in behind, we've seen line breaks, we've seen driving mauls, scrums, everything. So, you know, both teams are looking to move the ball, find the space and choose the right options. It's brilliant to see. And yeah, I hope more of the same. I think the Thistles will be very pleased with that scoreline. I'm not sure what the stats are saying in terms of possession and territory, but I feel that the combined provinces team has had the upper hand in some areas, especially at scrum time. So yeah, I think the Thistles will be pleased with that result and going in at half time.
A quick look at the highlights of the first half. See Shona Campbell, who we mentioned, to the fore in attack, involved in defensive duties there, and winning a penalty for the Thistles. Very physical combined provinces side. The referee scurrying around the side there just to try and see if that ball had been touched down. That was one where the Thistles managed to hold that ball up. That was the one that we thought was perhaps forward as it got lobbed in field, bounced up very kindly for combined provinces outside centre. Aoife Wafer as she went in for their first try.
Yeah, we saw it there. It was kind of a throw and hope, wasn't it? But sometimes that bounce pass comes off, and fair play to them for keeping the ball alive. We've seen it all game from them. Again, where we were sat slightly forward potentially, but you know, you just have to play to that whistle, and they came away with the score under the sticks. So yeah, fair play to them there. Sometimes that bounce pass is the hardest one to defend against, isn't it?
Well, the second try by Derval Nickabaird, the hooker, she just crashed over under the posts. Once again converted by O'Brien. Out in front, and at that stage the combined provinces led 14 points to 0. And were perhaps worried that they would run away with it, but the Thistles fought their way back. That was from the scrum centre field, and Captain Meryl Smith crashing her way over.
It was a brilliant score from Meryl, like you say. She just took that outside arc on the outside of her opposite defender and used her leg drive to just break that tackle in. It was a bit of a stretch to the line, but she got there. And
then what a sight, Eliane Clark, the tight head prop. And I think I maybe did her a disservice. It probably was from 30 or 40 metres when you see that on the replay, but that came from lovely interplay between Nikki Simpson and Eva Donaldson. Ball found its way to the hands of Eliane Clark. She had a huge amount of work to do, but she got there.
She really did, really did, and I think that's probably the highlight of the game so far for me. Just, you know, open play, moving the ball well, attacking space, and with pace as well. Eliana's got a huge amount of pace there, and propping the loose is just what you want to see.
It's a confirmation there of the half-time score in the Celtic Challenge. It's the Thistles 12, Combined Provinces 14. We're going to take a short break. Join us again in about 5 or 6 minutes for the second half.
The Scottish Rugby Union is looking for you people to join them. If you have what it takes to inspire someone, including rugby, and want to play a part to grow and evolve the game here in this nation, then want to hear go to join.ireland.co.uk for more information. And the official Scottish Rugby podcast has an exclusive behind-the-scenes interviews and information, news and discussion from Scottish Rugby. You listen on Rugby, Spotify, and ScotishRugby.org. And several games, appreciations are rewarding and exciting way of getting involved in rugby. If you're a former player, something you might want to take up, do something, keep on the game as well. Take a little bit of a piece here and there, it's a top part of the game. Appreciating is rewarding and exciting, and you can find out how you can become one of the many match officials at ScotishRugby.org.
Welcome back to Edinburgh's Damhealth Stadium for the second half of the Celtic Challenge. Final match in this inaugural competition between the Thistles and the Irish side, the combined provinces 15. We've already been crowned champions for this year with 3 wins to their name, beating the Thistles over in Belfast Kingspan Stadium 45 points to 12 3 weeks ago. 2 wins against their Welsh counterparts. It was a huge first half effort for the Thistles, and just the one conversion, the difference between the two sides at half time. 2 tries apiece. And it really does set us up for what should be a fascinating second half.
What an amazing opportunity for both sides here, isn't it? And to be in a close game at half time in the final match of what's been a brilliant series so far. I think both teams will be coming out here to take the win, as you'd imagine. But it's going to be a really interesting half, and I hope we see some more exciting phases of play from both teams.
Well, it will be the Thistles to kick us off in this second half. Captain Meryl Smith trying a conversion to her name, and an early penalty against Erin Foley, the Thistles blindside flanker. I'm just looking to see if there have been any changes made at half time. We had an early change in the game with Nikki Simpson coming on for Ellis Martin at hooker. Waiting on a ball coming on here.
I did think for a second that was a kick to touch, and I thought, I've not seen that before, but it was very, very, very relaxed. So yeah, waiting on a match ball.
Dana O'Brien, the combined provinces standoff, just trying to decide if it's regulation pressure. Decide to go on and kick it up this main stand touchline. An early opportunity in the second half for the combined provinces.
Yeah, that's yours.
The line out initially started well, but the Scottish side started to put pressure on. Eva Donaldson going up, forced an overthrow. It looks like Donaldson will go up here. She does, and she gets fingertips to it and bounces into the hands of Panache Muzambe, and away comes Nikki Simpson again, the Geary hooker. Leah Clark shovels it on to Erin Foley. Still on the Thistles 10 metre line. Panache Muzambe waiting on this side. There's one change in fact with Carla McDonald on at first receiver there. Nice little tip on pass between the 2 front row forwards, Panache Muzambe and Nikki Simpson. That ball just goes forward.
Yeah, some early possession for the Thistles there, and for a brilliant turnover in the line out. Again, really, really great defensive work from Eva Donaldson in the air there, and great take by Panache and moving the ball onto Nikki Simpson. It's brilliant to see. I just think potentially the speed of ball is just a little bit too slow. The Irish Province defence is really, really organised, and they're coming off the line. They're putting the Thistles under a huge amount of pressure. So yeah, maybe a little bit quicker ball, try to get on the front foot a little bit more.
Crouch. Bind.
The first real attacking opportunity of the second half. Picked up at the base by Brittany Hogan. Out into the midfield, the centres trying to combine, juggled there by the try scorer Aoife Wafer. It's still the Irish side in possession, and Dana O'Brien has a go herself. Good quick ball there for the Irish, and Molly Boyne carries hard into contact play inside the Thistles 22 now. Quickly out into the midfield, very strong carry, Linda Jugang. Lovely bit of footballing there by Dan O'Brien. Realised that wasn't going to quite get to her, so she let it bounce, stopped it with her foot. Back up into her hands, and there's another try scorer. Derval Nickabaird with the carry now. And behind the forwards this time. Thought about going wide, but Aoife Wafer just cuts back inside and goes herself. dislodged in the tackle, but the referee playing an advantage.
Are you sure?
Checking that the Irish outside centre, Aoife Wafer, is okay.
Okay.
Penalty awarded to the combined provinces.
Okay, you just got a smack in the face, I was just checking.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Aoife Wafer so far. Obviously she took her try really well in the first half, but she really is everywhere, and every time she gets the ball she injects pace. She's obviously very powerful, and what's most impressive is the fact that she almost every time has kept the ball alive. Even though she's had a good shot on there from, I think it was Shona Campbell earlier on, rode the tackle and the ball was moved away. So yeah, really impressed by her so far.
I think the referees maybe had a call from the sideline there. I think initially said that it was going to be either a penalty or a scrum to the Irish side, but in fact has awarded the scrum to the Thistles. Leah Clark standing with ball in hand.
Bind. Set.
And on comes the pressure from the Irish scrum, but it squirts out on the Scottish side and quickly shifted out once more into the midfield. As the Thistles look to go wide. One of the players just losing their feet there. The Irish putting on pressure again at the breakdown. It does come back on the Thistle side. Good quick hands by Meryl Smith. Showing all her abilities today. Ball bounces loose and comes up in the hands of Derval Nickabaird again, and it's the Irish side on attack. Centre field, so options both ways. And they opt to go to the right. Think about a kick, can't quite find space. Bounces off the legs there of Eva Donaldson. And then Donaldson tries to get hands in and win that one back for the Thistles, but it's still in the Irish possession. Another loose pass in field, and up goes the referee's arm and awards the penalty to the Thistles.
Yeah, it was just accidental offside there, I think. The combined province player in front of the player that played the ball last. So yeah, right call from the referee there. Some great play from the Thistles down the short side on the far side of the pitch. I think once they got on the front foot there, that's when I'd have liked them to see put the ball in behind. Try and kick on the front foot a little bit more, not wait till things get too hard, too much pressure.
Well, that kick not finding a touch, so mistake. Ball taken by Claire Gorman. It just invites the combined provinces onto the attack again. Once more Dana O'Brien just picking a pass as well. Great defence once more in the midfield by the Scottish side. And that was Emma Turner in with a tackle. Of course, Corstoffin Cougars number 8. And good defensive work has resulted in the turnover.
Brilliant tackle there. It's definitely a double tackle. I'm not sure who else was in there with her. I couldn't quite see from where we are, but excellent tackle. Textbook. Driving the player backwards, landing on top, and yeah, put the scrum half Molly Scuffle-McCabe under pressure at the back of that breakdown there, and just a little knock on. So yeah, Thistle's ball in midfield, exactly where you want to be.
No change in the half-time score. Thistles 12, combined provinces 14. 6 minutes played in the second half at the Dam Health Stadium.
Set.
This is something to work to get that ball out as quickly as they possibly can under pressure from that Irish scrum. And Emma Turner does well at the base. Keep possession for the Scottish side. And then they look to switch there from Erin Foley to Meryl Smith, who sends that long. And the tackle made by Shona Campbell just on her side of halfway. And a good carry by the Irish forwards. And very secure at the breakdown. And once more following that familiar pattern. Through the hands of Dan O'Brien to the forwards lurking in midfield, and then away goes Linda Jugang down that left flank for the combined provinces. Taking play up to the Thistles 10 metre line. Look to tip that ball on, and Emma Turner again making the tackle. This one nice little tip on in the midfield and hint of a gap, eventually closed down by Shona Campbell. Eva Donaldson looking again to make a nuisance of herself at the breakdown. It's with Aoife Wafer now, already scored the one try for the combined provinces. Just working their way forward almost at the Thistles 22 now. And the forwards with the carry, good ball presentation. And now they go wide. And That was really dangerous for the Thistles. If that ball had just been a cleaner pass straight into the hands of the winger, there was some space there.
I appreciate what you're saying.
The ball knocked on and the Thistle survived.
Yeah, they would have been in trouble there down that far hand side of the pitch, had that ball gone to hand. But again, some really lovely play by the Combined Provinces team. Everything's on the move, balls out in front, people are on the move when they're receiving the ball, and they're able to keep the ball alive out of contact or before contact. It's really, really difficult to defend against when you're going backwards. So yeah, a let off for the Thistles. They've got to work a little bit harder to slow that ball down, I think, or potentially stop the Combined Provinces players before they get up too much momentum.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Again, solid scrum from the Combined Provinces. Comes back for the Thistles in their space. If this bounces up kindly, eventually taken by Shona Campbell, and finds her winger there, and away goes Francesca McGee, evades the clutches, and then out come the hand, fends off her opposite number, and over goes McGee for her 5th try of the competition. And the Thistles are in front.
What a great score, and a great option from Meryl Smith there, just finding the space on the edge with the kick pass or the crossfield kick. You could see that the Irish, the Combined Provinces team, their defensive line was quite tight. They were looking to come hard, and obviously they dropped plays into the backfield to mark that deep kick. So the space was on the edge there, and it was beautifully executed. A lucky bounce, it could have gone either way, but well taken from Shona Campbell. 2-on-1 on the edge. And yeah, a brilliant pace from Fran on the wing there to dot down.
Great to see the Thistles mixing up their options. You say there were space, they identified it, crossfield kick. The bounce could have gone anywhere, but Shona Campbell, everything's really bounced for her today, and found her winger Francesca McGee, but still had a huge amount of work to do. And she knows where that try line is. She's started 2 games, scored a brace in each of them. 5th try of the competition. Thistles 17, Combined Provinces 14. Conversion attempt from Smith to come. And up go the flags. Smith extends the Scottish lead by another couple of points. And remember, the Combined Provinces led 14 points to 0 early in this game. They now find themselves trailing by 19 points to 14.
What I loved about that score, and what I loved from Francesca McGee there, was one, that she backed her pace and her footwork, but then it's defend on that last player, really committed to it and just kept her at arm's length, and it gave her the space to accelerate further and get over the line, and really loved the ambition to play off first phase as well from Meryl Smith there.
The restart couldn't be taken cleanly by Alex Stewart. Ball knocked on. And then in front, so a penalty awarded to the Combined Provinces, and they look to strike straight back 7 metres away from the Scottish try line. Now the forwards, a muscular play, stopped a metre or two short, and they'll just keep this in. The forwards pick and go around the side. Linda Jugang now very close. The referee on the spot, however. That ball knocked on, and once again the Thistles survive right on their own goal line, and they will have the scrum feed.
Yeah.
It's a difficult place to attack from, where the Thistles team are now, right on their 5 metre line. And that was a real opportunity for the Combined Provinces to get back into the game and swing the momentum back in their favour. But well done, to the Thistles for riding that attack from the Combined Provinces, and have come out with the ball. So it's brilliant.
Change at scrum half for the Thistles. Vastly experienced Manny McDonald, currently with Exeter Chiefs, previously of Hillhead Jordan Hill,
Bind.
on at scrum half.
She'll be looking to raise the tempo, I'm sure. She always brings loads of energy
What's the change?
whenever she's on the pitch, and yeah, she'll be looking to maybe speed up the breakdown a little bit and move that ball into space.
Yes, yeah. Can we make sure off the shoulder because you can't get a bind, okay? Crouch.
Certainly taking her time over getting the scrum set.
Bind. Set.
It's just to the right of the posts. Looking at it through the eyes of the Thistles team. Better scrum. Gives new scrum half Manny McDonald just a little bit extra time to find her centre. Meryl Smith doesn't find a touch though. So back come the Irish. Through outside centre, Aoife Wafer. Every time she gets hands on ball, she does look dangerous. And off to the left they go. Again, big carry by Linda Jugang. Back inside the Thistles 22, reminiscent of that first half when the Thistles just couldn't get themselves out of their own territory. Another big carry just makes a metre or two, and back it comes to Dan O'Brien. With the wafer again with the red headgear on. A bit slower this time. Tackle missed by, it's Panache Muzambe. Pick and go just round the side there, very close to the Thistles try line once more. And out they go to the left. Good quick hands, but out the line comes Manny McDonald to make the tackle. Through the forwards, once more going very close. Good defence by the Scottish side. Forwards just massing, ready to carry once more. The referee having a very close look at that, but still hasn't quite got over the try line.
Everyone's happy to play the ball. It doesn't have to be the scrum half going in there to play the ball from the breakdown. If they're on top, the quickest player there, the first player there is moving the ball, they're staying on top, and that's how they're making their way into the Thistles 22 so easily. Great momentum and great patience once they got there. It was a great line as well from Enya Breen, that out to win. When you're on your own try line, is so difficult to stop, as you say. So yeah, well taken try from Enya Breen there.
Should be a fairly straightforward conversion for Dan O'Brien. Takes her time over it, strikes that one nicely. And that nudges the combined provinces side back in front. Thistles 19, combined provinces 21. Certainly not the route that we saw at the Kingspan Stadium, 45 points to 12 3 weeks ago. Much improved Thistles performance. 55 minutes left in this one, still anybody's game. Taken by Hannah O'Connor.
Use it!
And they look to just clear their lines here through that educated left foot of Dan O'Brien, just down the middle. Picked up by Meryl Smith, the Scottish captain. Slings it out there and just didn't quite have the accuracy. No knock on. The referee said, well, in fact, gets a call from Michael Todd on that far touchline. Was knocked on, but again, just a hint of space. Meryl Smith been involved in everything.
She really has. She's a great distributing option at 12, but she's also a physical ball carrier, and she gets over the game line. She fights through contact. So she's a great player to have in the centres there and mixing it up from playing fly half. Again, she's great from the boot too. So yeah, she's kind of a kick pass run threat, as we say. But yeah, that one just going a little bit too far in front of the Thistles winger there.
Crouch.
Scrum over on the far side
Bind.
of the pitch.
Set.
Inside the Thistles half
Just
of the
straight
field.
down.
First
Just
attempt
straight down. But no, both
collapses.
sides just went straight down to the ground. Okay?
From what we've seen so far, I'm sure the combined provinces here will be looking
Okay.
to attack
Shoulder
off this
binds
first
up, pull your
phase.
shoulders up.
The space on the edge here, you can see them talking about that and identifying that space on the edge, so it'd be interesting to see if they go there first phase or second phase. But they're definitely dangerous from first phase, and we saw in their previous fixture that the Thistles often, their defence was a little bit too tight, that they were already chasing on that first phase of attack.
Again, good solid scrum. Well, that ball has gone astray and has been snapped up by Shona Campbell. From squinting back, Francesca McGee enacting a scrum half.
You okay?
The referee
Relax, knock on.
blows for an infringement. I think has awarded the scrum, yes, for the original knock-on
6.
by
Sub.
the combined provinces.
6. Yeah.
See what they were trying. Well, in fact, I'm not sure that there was. I think they were looking to drop that ball off Dan O'Brien. I think it was our centre Enya Breen, and I think she tried to sort of throw it up and dummy the pass, and then lost possession herself. Some changes here for the Thistles.
Yeah, it's flat, apparently. Oh, it's a shame.
A little bit of treatment to Shona Campbell down just in the centre field, so everybody gets a chance for a bit of water and a bit of a breather.
Here, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Thistles 19, combined provinces 21. Certainly very tight, as we said, that score line at the Kingspan 3 weeks ago, 45 points to 12. We're certainly not going to get a repeat of that.
Okay, yeah, just what
Yeah,
you
it's
want.
been a brilliant game to watch, hasn't it? Really, really entertaining and kind of to and fro from both sides. Yeah, a little bit of a loose attack there from combined provinces just after I'd said they were probably going to show us some great attack from the set play. And yeah, now it's Thistle's turn to see what they can do from first phase.
Hush comes over the crowd here. Just a little bit of break in play for some treatment and some changes.
Set.
Irish players warming up in front of us, so about to make some changes as well. Thistle shunted back in the scrum again, but they do get the ball out and quickly into the hands of Carla MacDonald at first receiver. It's that ball through. I think they're taken by Roma Fraser, tidied up by combined provinces. Again, big carry through the forwards. Once more, Derval Nickabaird looking strong on the carry for the Irish side. Again, dummy to kick there, Enya Breen. Drives her way forward to the Thistle's 10 metre line.
Yeah, I'd play it on there.
Making ground every time they carry.
Tackle
And
now.
there goes Mary MacDonald trying to make the tackle. Eventually drags the Irish prop down. The referee playing an advantage here though. So free ball. There could be space. Well, that ball had been quicker. There was definitely space on the left hand side for the Irish side, but they do break through.
Sorry.
Eventually dragged down by Carla MacDonald. Switch play across to the right again. Dummy thrown to take the ball into contact. Referee again indicating that we're playing an advantage here. One-handed pass by Dana O'Brien.
Oh, sorry.
If you want to tweet now, playing now just outside the Thistles 22. Still playing an advantage.
Oh, sorry.
As Maeve Ogilvie now carries into contact and fights her way through. The referee says no advantage though. And we'll come back for the penalty to the combined provinces.
Thanks.
Yeah, they had the advantage there for a number of phases. They were kind of testing both sides, switching play back and forth, seeing if they could find any little gap or any sort of momentum. I thought they may put the ball to the boot at one point, but yeah, just trying to find a bit of space there with no joy. But they come back for the penalty and they'll go for the corner.
Well, mistake, maybe her first mistake of the game, Dan O'Brien. Quite got her angles right there, and she's kicked that one into, I think, touch in goal. So we'll come all the way back to where she kicked it. The referee just speaking there to Meryl Smith, trying to work out what the options are. So it'll be a scrum down to the Thistles. That's a waste of potentially a really dangerous attacking position for the Irish team.
Yeah, and we've seen some great kicking from Dana O'Brien already. And when she kicked that ball, I thought, wow, that is going right right to the 5 metres, and it just kept going. I don't know if there's much wind down there, but she just put a little bit too much on that one.
Crouch. Bind.
Again, Thistle scrum. Imagine this will just have to be in and out because they've been under huge pressure from the Irish side. It's back to the feet of Emma Turner, a little bit slow in coming out. Eventually does find its way into the hands of Mary McDonald. To her sister Carla, combining at half-back now in this second half for the Thistles. Tackle made on that Thistles 10 metre line, over on the far side of the pitch now. Forward come the defence, led by Emma Turner.
Tackle away now. No.
Slow ball here. And just shoveled on into the midfield, and as they've done all game, that just little tip on between the two forwards. 2 quick passes and has found space regularly in that Thistles defence. Ball bubbling around, I think has been won by the Thistles. It looked like Mary McDonald in there. Braved by the scrum half. Does indeed come back on the Thistle side. And there's space down this left flank. Smith goes herself if she can get the hands free. She had Fraser and McGee with her. McGee goes in, acts as scrum half off to Donaldson. And picked up by Simpson, but that ball had gone forward in the tackle. There was just for a moment, there was some space there for the Thistles.
There was, and they played down that channel where the space was. It's been really pleasing to see the identification of space and really trying to get the ball there. You know, Meryl Smith so dangerous breaking through those tackles. If she could have let that ball go, potentially may have had a cleaner line break on the edge, but it's the right idea, and it's exactly where the space was, and they made the right decision to play that way. Really, really good off the transition.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Into the last quarter here at the Dam Health Stadium, the final game in this Celtic Challenge, and still just 2 points between the sides. One missed conversion and one successful conversion, however you like to look at it. The Irish side not able to go through phases the same way as they were in the first half. And that ball goes loose, and it will be another scrum to the Thistles.
Some great pressure from Ayla Ronald there, number 20, off that scrum. You could see where the Irish provinces wanted to go, and almost the Thistles had showed them that space. They'd only left one defender in that 15-metre channel, so it was clear that the Irish provinces, the combined provinces, were going to try and attack down that channel with some great pressure off the scrum from Ayla Ronald.
What can the Thistles produce from here? They're on their own 10-metre line, just 5 metres in from this main stand touchline. Pushing and shoving between the two scrum halves, and an early shove from the Irish pack. So free kick awarded to the Thistles, and they look to go wide. Roma Fraser in from fullback. And on now to Skye Phimister, the Stirling County winger. Takes play up towards halfway. Again, loud blast and the whistle from the referee, holding on the Thistles, and the penalty awarded to the combined provinces.
Yeah, it was unfortunate there. Really lovely play from the free kick. Got the ball to the edge nicely. Again, some great pace from Roma Fraser and Skye Phimister on the far side, interlinking there. But again, it's just at the breakdown where the combined provinces are able to get back into the game and turn over the possession. And we've seen that. It's been quite a consistent theme throughout this game so far.
Use the line. You on the line? 2 sets, step off, look at the AR. You on the line? Oops.
The clean take at the front of the line out for the combined provinces. Once more against just that extra pass, finding space in the Thistles' defence.
No, you in the in, play on.
The Irish side take play into the 22. Another loose pass though, knocked on. And again, it's a little bit untidy. The first half they were able to almost go through phases at will. Good ball retention, but struggling just to keep a hold of it.
14 and 8.
Once more, it's just the combination in the midfield. I think the Thistles are probably expecting that pass from first receiver just to be carried by the first forward, and it's just that extra pass that is finding gaps in the Thistles' defence.
Yeah, the pass is happening late and it's happening on the move, and it's really difficult to defend against, especially in first phase where there's quite a lot of space. But it's been a little bit cagey from both sides, I would say, especially off first phase. I don't know if it's the nature of the tight scoreline, and just trying, to push things when maybe they should just keep the ball for an extra phase.
Bind. Set.
Well, Thistles scrum, penned back around about their 22. That scrum goes down, tidied up again by Emma Turner. She's done really well at the base of a retreating scrum today. The Cougars' number 8. And on now, Poppy Fletcher, the Heriots prop. First action since entering the fray.
Just don't
That's the Scottish side out of the 22. Loose pass, and back goes Shona Campbell to tidy this one up. Dancing footwork just does enough to find a little bit of space and buy some time. Aggressive Irish defence, ball dislodged again. It's Ayla Ronald on, University of Edinburgh player. Just playing with fire so close to their own try line, the Thistles. And the clock ticking down. We've got about 11 minutes left to play here, and perhaps feeling they've got to force the game, still trailing by those 2 points.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier about the speed that the Combined Provinces team were reacting to different things that were happening, whether that's an attack or defence. And you just saw there with the Thistles that Mary McDonald had to go into a breakdown to protect the ball. She needed to go in there because of how quick the Combined Provinces team has been at getting over the ball, but it just meant that they lost their shape slightly. So trying to exit, not the right people in the right place, and yeah, just maybe forcing things a little bit there.
Crouch. Bind.
Thistles 19,
Set.
Combined Provinces 21. Tick into the last 10 minutes here, and a good attacking platform for the Irish side. Good work by Ayla Ronald. Drags down the Irish number 8. Carried by Claire Bennett. In great position for the Combined Provinces, not in any hurry here. Dummy to go to the right, and then off to the left they go. A good leg drive takes them forward another 2 or 3 metres. 8 metres or so away from the Scottish try line now. Another good carry by Claire Bennett. Thistles defending for their lives here. They really don't want to concede. With only 9 minutes left on the clock, trailing by 2 points. Once more the troops massing for the Irish side, right in front of the post, only a metre away. And now out it comes. The backs have a stab down this right hand side. There's space there. In comes the hand from Francesca McGee. And she realised that she probably shouldn't have done that. She stuck her hand up, and the referee will have a quick word with his assistant here. But McGee could be in trouble.
She could be. It's just so instinctive, isn't it? You want to take the ball, you're trying to put as much pressure on as you can. From here it was difficult to see if she went with one hand or two, but immediately she knew she was in trouble.
Well, they'll also be talking about a penalty try here, I imagine, because I think she was the last defender. Referee going to his pocket, so indicates that it was a deliberate knockdown there. Francesca McGee sent to the sin bin. That might well be her last action of the game as the referee runs across under the posts, and the penalty try has been awarded. I think rightfully so, because if we could see the replay there was an extra Irish attacker right on the touch line, and McGee, you say, instinctively stuck her hand out and has been sent to the sin bin. She's a real impact in this game though. Already scored her 5th try of the campaign. We're getting a look at the replay here. The hooker Derval Nicka Baird. Great go forward for the Irish side. We're not going to see the end of that, but the penalty try awarded, and that puts the Combined Provinces in a very good position here. Thistles 19, Combined Provinces 28.
Thistles with the penalty there, straight from the kick-off. So this is an opportunity now where the momentum potentially could swing back in their favour, but they need to be really clinical with what they do next.
It certainly needs to swing in the Scots' favour very quickly. 9 points the difference between the two sides. Perhaps an edge of a range, an argument for going for post there and getting yourself within 7 points, but either way, a bit of a scrappy kick by Meryl Smith. She's not done an awful lot wrong today, the Scottish captain, but didn't find her touch there. So all the Thistles can do here is try and put pressure on, keep the combined provinces back in their 22, force them to kick it back. And that ball came squirting out, and I think has been snaffled by Nikki Simpson. No, it's still on the Irish side. Good work there though by the replacement Thistles hooker. Certainly putting pressure on in defence, just trying to make the kick as difficult as possible. That won't find touch, it'll only find the hands of Meryl Smith. Back she comes again, very physical, goes through the tackle of Ella Roberts. It's the Thistles in possession on the combined provinces 10 metre line. Ayla Ronald now. The referee playing an advantage, so free ball for the Scottish side. Kicked through by Carla MacDonald. The referee will say no advantage there.
You okay? Yeah, okay.
So back he comes for the penalty, and I assume Meryl Smith will go for the same option. Will be a little bit more conservative this time and try and find her touch.
Just wait.
Yes, you'd think so. I quite liked from Carla MacDonald there, just putting the ball on the foot, not trying to go through too many phases, conscious that there's only maybe 6 minutes left of this game from the time we have. So yeah, don't waste any time, have a shot. If it doesn't come off, we'll go back for the penalty and go for the corner, and yeah, hopefully make touch this time through Meryl Smith.
Wait, no, not now, not now.
Another break and play for some treatment there to Mary Healy. Nothing too serious, she's back on her feet.
Time's going back on.
From almost the same position as a moment or two ago where Smith missed her touch. She's been given another opportunity. 6 minutes left to play here at the Dam Health Stadium. Final 6 minutes of the competition. Well, look, change of plan. She just taps and passes the ball to Natasha Logan, and the Thistles attack away down that right flank through Shona Campbell. She's dancing feet in the orange boots. She's still on her feet. Great work there. Well, in fact, that has been stolen. Good work in the breakdown by the Irish side. Come up with possession. They will look to clear their lines there.
Outside.
Look at those, Meryl Smith waiting on that one. I wonder if she'll try and get this ball in quickly. Time of the essence here. It does indeed come in quickly to Roma Fraser. Tries to find some space, but she's been hunted down by the Irish chasers. As well to retain possession. And Meryl Smith in there just trying to shovel the ball wide, but under pressure here the Scottish side just got to settle things down. There's still some space on that right flank if they can get it there. Playing with 14, remember, Francesca McGee in the sin bin. And Smith decides to boot the ball. That bounces up kindly for the Irish inside centre, Enya Breen, and heartbreak there for the Thistles. Really looking to force the game. Meryl Smith looking to send that one downfield, the Scottish captain, and it was charged down by Enya Breen. I say it couldn't have bounced up nicely, more kindly for her, and she races in unopposed, and I think that one, fair to say, secures the game for the visitors.
Yeah, it looks that way, and yeah, great take from Enya Breen, great spot that Meryl was looking to kick there. I think the option for the tap and go, not a terrible one. They've not had a huge amount of possession, but to lose the ball kind of 2 phases into that attack, or even maybe first phase into that attack, meant that they're back under pressure, and it was a brilliant touch finder kick from the combined provinces initially, which the Thistles played quickly, which again, great decision. It's just the execution there, just forcing things a little bit, probably conscious again of time that's left in this game.
Yes, understandable, with only 4 minutes left to play in this one. And 14 points the difference, 33 points to 19. I'm not sure that really reflects the game, to be perfectly honest. Dana O'Brien has been immaculate with the boot this afternoon. 15 metres in from the far touchline. Again, strikes that one nicely, but it just fades past the left upright, the first miss of the day. So no change in the score. 2 very quick fire tries required by the Thistles if they're going to salvage something from this game.
Definitely. They have taken so much from it already, and I think having a close game like this with 5 minutes to go or less is probably what both teams need. The ability to close out games is something at this level that you want to have the opportunity to do, and now they've got a chance for the ball.
Snapped up by Shona Campbell after the mistake from the restart. Not entirely sure what happened there, but the referee says there was a knock on, initially not taken cleanly by the Irish side from the restart, snapped up by Campbell, and then there's been a knock on there by the combined provinces. So a chance for the Thistles to attack from the scrum. 2.5 minutes left here, they really have got to score.
They do, but I really want to see the Thistles retain possession here and build pressure. It's so easy to try and score off first phase, which the ambition that we love to try and score off first phase, and we need a quick score, but if we're forcing things, then it could go the other way.
This overhead shot of the scrum again there. You see Freya Walker on the blindside flank, another Watsonians player. In fact, it's Walker in there acting as scrum half, threaded through by Meryl Smith. Thought she saw space in behind for her centre partner Shona Campbell, but just beaten to the punch by the Irish fullback. And the combined provinces will just look to settle this down here. Back it goes to that trusty boot of Dan O'Brien, sends it long, taken by Roma Fraser. Once again very secure at the back, and again decides to put boot to ball, force the Irish side back. You're not getting your wish of keeping hold of possession here. And away come Ireland again, up towards their own 10-metre line. Thistle's desperately trying to get that ball back. And goes Freya Walker on the tackle, tries to get hands in there. Good ball retention by the Irish side, and Mary Healy again carried well today. However, crossing indicated by the referee. Meryl Smith realises time is of the essence, not hanging about. Tap and go away to Mary MacDonald. Thistles attacking through Shona Campbell down the right flank, but once more a little bit too slow. The support players at the breakdown holding on, and the referee awards the penalty to the combined provinces.
It's been brilliant work at the breakdown from the combined provinces all game. They've shown their strength there. They're tactically astute, they're quick, they're strong over the ball, and the Thistles have just missed the jump a little bit at the breakdown in terms of their own ball and being able to retain it. Yeah, we said with a couple of minutes to go, Thistles needed to keep ball, and they've struggled to do that, and it's just going to probably let the combined provinces close this game out as they'd hoped to.
I know what he's saying, there's only ever time for one more play. That time was okay. Blue, you on the line?
Clock has ticked over the 80-minute mark here at the Dam Health Stadium, so this should be the last play of the game. The combined provinces to throw in just on their side of halfway, go for the safe option at the front of the line out, quickly off the top and through a couple of sets of hands into the midfield. Have to just kick this off. A scruffy pass again, tidied up nicely by the combined provinces. Again, just a little bit of a gap around the side of the breakdown. Combined provinces have been alert to that all afternoon. And once more looking to stay on their feet in the tackle, keep the ball alive, but that one goes loose and kicked ahead there by Lucy McRae on the Stirling County winger. And if this bounces up nicely for her, this could well be a try. Just couldn't quite control it at the last moment, did wonderfully well to control it from the boot. She had the chance, I think, to touch down under pressure there, couldn't quite control the ball. The referee is going to have a quick word with Michael Todd, his assistant referee, on that far side of the pitch. Thistle seem to think they may well have scored this. I'm not sure what you think, Jenny.
I'm not sure what I think either. I couldn't see too much from where we were, but what brilliant footballing skills from Lucy McRae. Absolutely fantastic. Loose ball goes down, she sticks boot on it and controls it beautifully up that touchline. And some pace as well, some pace.
Well, the referee has awarded a penalty try, so it'll be interesting to see this on the replay. I presume some sort of interference as Lucy McRae tried to control that. She certainly had an Irish defender shoulder to shoulder with her. I presume has maybe nudged her off the ball illegally, but either way, the Thistles do get themselves another try. Too little, too late, unfortunately, as the referee with that blows for full time. Finished the Thistles 26, combined provinces 33. I say too little, too late at the end there, but a really positive note for the Scottish side to finish on.
Hugely positive note for them to finish on, and I think well deserved. In the context of the game, we've seen brilliant attack from both teams, brilliant defence as well, and it really was kind of a back and forth encounter where, 2 minutes before the end, the scoreline probably didn't reflect fairly how the game had gone for both teams really. And really pleased Thistles managed to get another score at the death there. Again, brilliant footballing skills and brilliant pace, putting combined provinces under pressure, making them force the error there.
As we said earlier, a huge turnaround from that heavy defeat that they suffered at the Kingspan Stadium only 3 weeks ago, 45 points to 12. And so although they'll be disappointed in the loss today, they had their chances. Some wonderful defence as well by the Thistles, and at 26-33, I think they will probably on reflection be reasonably happy with their afternoon's work.
I think they can be incredibly happy. This is a very good combined provinces side. They've performed well in all of their games. They've scored some brilliant tries. They're physical, they're clinical, and very well organised. And that shows in the games they've had so far. And the Thistles, like you say, what a turnaround. And actually, if you look at the teams from the Thistles throughout the different games, they've had a huge range of players coming in, coming out. So many young women and girls have been exposed to this level, which is exactly what the competition's about. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of players in this programme that have taken positives away from this, despite the result today.
I'm just seeing the second half highlights on our screens just now. And the try there of Francesca McGee, her 5th try of this tournament so far, and scored a brace in each of her 2 starts, and that was enough to put the Thistles ahead in the early stages of this second half. But then Enya Breen crashing over for the 3rd try for the combined provinces. Conversion by Dana O'Brien just nudged the combined provinces' noses in front by 21 points to 19 at that stage. Huge pressure, some big carries inside the Thistles 22 by the Irish pack, and then out it came to the right, and from hero to villain, Francesca McGee just couldn't resist sticking her left hand out there. I think, to be fair, if the pass had gone, it was a score anyway, but she was sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes, and the referee awarded a penalty try which took the score out to 28 points to 19. And attempted clearance by Meryl Smith, charged down by Enya Breen, bounced up kindly into her hands, and she went over. Conversion was missed, but at that stage 33 points to 19, 2 tries required by the Thistles to get themselves even a draw. It just seemed like too much with only 5 minutes left in the clock at that stage. There wasn't enough time left, but we saw in replacement Lucy McRae racing down that touchline. Brilliant footballing skills, and just some interference at the end there by Dana O'Brien. The referee in a quick word with his assistant that the penalty try was awarded, and it finished 26 points to 33.
Yeah, I think that is a fair reflection of how the game went in terms of the scoreline. Combined provinces in control for huge parts of that game. Set piece, line-out functioned well early on, and the scrum had huge dominance of the scrum. I think the Thistles, number 8 Emma Turner, and actually both scrum halves, Ria Clark and Mary McDonald, when they came on, they did a great job of dealing with that scrum that was often going backwards, and to get yourself into a game where you may be on the back foot from the scrum, it's a really, really good result.
Combined provinces, this first year of the Celtic Challenge, they were already champions before today's game, having won all 3 of their fixtures up to that point. Icing on the cake for them today with their 4th win of the tournament. But to repeat what we said earlier, it's wonderful that we have this competition, and long may it continue, because it does just fill that gap nicely between the club game and the futures pathway and the international game. And as you said, we may well see some of the players that have shown it well for the Thistles today featuring in the TikTok Women's Six Nations, which starts in only, I think, 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, 4 weeks' time, it'll come round before we know it. And how exciting, and how exciting for these girls that are playing for the Thistles at the moment, knowing that step is not too far away for some of them. And yeah, I'm sure we will see some of the names coming through into the senior setup and getting exposure in the TikTok Women's Six Nations, not just from the Thistles, but from all of the other Celtic Challenge teams as well, the combined provinces and the Welsh development. I'm sure we'll see crossover there, and that's brilliant, and that's exactly what it's for. And like I said before, I'm sure these girls would have learned so much throughout this tournament. We've seen improvements from when they played Wales the first time to the second time with the Thistles, and the same with the combined province scoreline last time to what it was today. Huge improvements, so that I'm sure all involved will be very pleased.
Well, thank you to Jenny Maxwell for some wonderful insight today, and what was a very entertaining game, the final game of this year's Celtic Challenge. Treated to 9 tries here at the Dam Health Stadium, 5 for the visitors, 4 for the Thistles. It was the Irish side who just edged it in the end, finished the Thistles 26, combined provinces 33. So thank you to everybody who tuned in to watch this afternoon. I hope you have enjoyed the game. Please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Goodbye from us.